After what had seemed like an impossible task, Bright Ngene of the Labour Party was declared winner of the Enugu South Urban Constituency rerun election. This is coming after two other failed attempts that they tried to hold the rerun without success. But last Saturday saw a solidarity never seen before in Enugu politics. It's akin to being one's brother's keeper at the polling unit. How defining was the intervention of the APC and the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Nnamchi, and the other National Assembly members like Senator Kelvin Chukwu, Honorable Chimaobi Sam Atu, and Professor Paul Nnamchi, and a host of others who showed up? Is the balance of opposition momentum finally shifting in Enugu State? And what is this victory? What does it mean for the Labour Party? This is the Eastern Eye. I'm Alex Obodo. You're welcome back to the Eastern Eye here on Afia TV, a program that x-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. Joining us tonight from Opinsukka is Barrister Kashmir Abo, is the chairman of the Labour Party in Enugu State. Thank you so much, Barrister Abo, for joining me tonight on the Eastern Eye.
Good evening, Alex Obodo. Thanks for having me. I'm a happy man.
You must be enjoying the countryside. So
yes, I'm just in the village.
Yeah, so let's quickly delve into this. Not a lot of people saw this outcome that INEC announced yesterday, 2 days ago, thereabouts. So a lot of people had even given up that whatever will happen, let it happen, because after all, it looks like it was destined to be so. But did you expect that this will happen this way?
Well, once again, thanks for having me. This is a great day for Labour Party in Enugu State. I'm highly elated, I'm highly happy, because we did not labor in vain again in the Enugu South Urban State Constituency. And to be frank with you, I didn't know that INEC will go ahead and announce us as the winner. So on the second thought, I said yes. There are limits to which INEC can go with these regular elections. Remember that this young man, Barrister Bright Ngene, won his election in 2023 general elections with more than 5,800 votes, beating his closest rival of PDP, Sam Ngene, who scored 2,098 votes. So we're ahead of them with a margin of more than 3,000 votes. Unfortunately, the appeal court, saw a reason to cancel election in 8 polling units in Robinson Primary School and 1 in secondary school, opposite centers. 8 polling units that has more than 4,000 votes. So the margin was much to declare us the final winner. They asked us to go back for a rerun to determine who wins at the end of the day. The first one was marred with violence by members of PDP. Second one was marred with violence because it's like this story of 2 women in the Bible who were struggling over a child, and when they came to Pharaoh, there was this idea of dividing the child into 2. The one who is not actually the mother said, divide the child into 2. Let her take 1, I will take 1. Knowing fully well that if we divide the child will die. But the mother said, no, don't divide the child. Give it to her. When he grows up, he will seek for his or her mother. And that was exactly how they got to know who is the mother of that child. In this scenario, the Labour Party has a margin of 3,000 votes. And we have 4,000 outstanding. And going by the way elections are being held in this country, we are aware, we are confident. We are confident that there's no way they will score and we fail to score. And their problem or their magic, what they wanted to do was to debar Labour from contesting at all. So at the 4,000 votes, we go to them. and they will now win us with a margin of around 1,000 something votes. And it's not possible in Nigerian election, not possible. So the second one, the first and second one were marred with violence. They started destroying our neck materials and so on and so forth. And we stood aloof and we watched them. This last one, luckily, I was in CBN, where the rec commissioner, Chukwu, came, showed us materials. And from there, we moved to the Enugu South Election Commission office. We met the EO, where we spread the materials one by one, starting from ballot papers. At the end of the day, we were told to come up by next day, which Saturday. And we went there. And when we came, behold, unimaginable. We saw crowds. We saw men. We saw women. We saw young boys of all cadres. Imagine APC coming to the election. APC has less than 1,000 votes, or around 1,000 votes. If they give them the whole votes, which is not possible, they may not even win. The whole votes that were there, they will not even win. So they started causing trouble, fighting, and causing chaos here and there. Unfortunately for them, we stayed calm because they were trying to kind of put us into trouble for us to react and fight, and they will now say we are fighting. So we stood and watched them. If you look at what is happening there, some women came out and said, "Where is the Labour Party candidate?" This is a young man that they have taken to prison for no just cause, a matter of his community that has been there for more than 6 years. All of a sudden, a magistrate gave a judgment that can never stand the test of time in jurisprudence, where the two lawyers, the plaintiff and defendant counsel, never addressed the court. They never addressed court on their final judgment or final address. The man stood up and gave a judgment and handed 7 years imprisonment to this young man. He's still there languishing in jail for no just cause. But we said, the God of justice that saw us win Enugu State, that saw us get Enugu State, will see us through. And I thank God, INEC has done needful and announced the young man the winner. The next step is to get him out of prison and let him go and serve his constituency. Because there's no way that constituency will stay for 4 years without a representative. It is not tenable in any democratic system. So we thank God that it has ended that way.
Okay, so let me talk to you about you, because you've referenced the APC, and a lot of people believe that that's what the scenario actually shaped up to be. That without the appearance of the Minister of Innovation, Science and Tech, and a few other National Assembly members showed up there, that maybe things would have been different and not in favor of the Labour Party. Talk to us about how refreshing that could have felt for the Labour Party to enjoy the solidarity of the other political parties, not just that of Labour Party.
Well, I never talked with Minister Nnamchi. We had no discussion prior to that very day or that very day. We saw he's a contestant in that election. They had a candidate. So we didn't envisage, or we never knew that he's coming in solidarity with Labour. And he never said it there. So I don't think that concussion or that assumption is true in all entirety. Because we were asking questions in our own domain. What is this young man doing here? Right? They imported people from different villages in Nkano land. There was one woman or two of them that we saw. My friend know them, and he asked them, "What are you doing here?" This woman from Amechi, from Obago Amechi. What are you doing here? They started laughing and said, "We have come to collect our own money." And that was the snail. That was the funny thing. And myself, seeing that it's impossible for PDP to win this election, I gave way because I didn't want a kind of chaos by seeing party chairman. I didn't see PDP chairman there like that. So I left because I know I am not voting that constituency. And the law is very clear. There's no way you can come to a constituency and not voting to stay and say you are bringing peace. They contributed in the problem in that place because they imported so many boys we know in Enugu who are working for them. And we saw them and questioned some of them and said, why are you here? I know many of them because I lived in Nkano land for more than 25 years, and that is where I grew up. So I was asking them, what are you doing here? We are not at war. This is election for brothers. Allow the person that won the election to go. So in that case, I didn't see him as a buffer in that respect.
All right, but I mean, the optics out there is different. I mean, clearly they know what the calculations were, that their candidate obviously couldn't win. So you didn't think his stature played a part in what transpired? I mean, if he didn't show up and showed up a second time because there were rumors things were not going well and they had to return to that venue to make sure that whatever it is that was being rumored did not happen. You don't think that was something that, I mean, at the end of the day, he played some part in whatever outcome that turned out?
Well, if he did that, Alex, that is kudos to him because he's a minister for all of us, not a minister for APC, but for all of us in this state. So if that is the case, then I say kudos to him. But I never knew. I didn't discuss with him. And I never raised that issue of I come to protect whatever might be the outcome or in terms of confusion and so on. So if he did it, kudos to him. And we thank God that ended in favor of the Labour Party.
All right, so let's talk about the Labour Party. Is this Bright Ngene'S victory, do you think it will bring a resurgence of the Labour Party? Because currently your party has suffered a lot of defections out of it, as it were. Most of the House of Assembly members have defected. Maybe all of the National Assembly members have defected, except there are people that are still remaining. I hear that some of them may not have made their defection open, but they say most of them have defected. Is this correct?
Well, I think why I decided to stick to this election is one thing, that I needed justice to be done. And justice has been done and seen to be done, no matter what goes out after this. Remember that this young man, Bright Ngene, was approached to defect to PDP with large sum of money to leave that seat, defect or leave the seat for PDP. And he refused. He refused the money. I'm discussing with him from time to time. And he said he cannot leave Labour Party. If he leaves Ngene'S, that is his own cup of tea. But he has reassured me I will never leave Labour Party. That has come a long way. If we would have left, by the time they were approaching him to succumb, defect on the floor of House of Assembly, or give up the position and take 150 million and leave. But he said no. So if those people that defected today, let me tell you, Alex, karma is real. In politics, in life, do not, for any reason, we have seen it happen several times, of recent, do not find that particular table that is feeding you. No matter how dirty you think that table is, never you. There's nothing you cannot discuss in your party. I have said it on air at that radio station. If you have a problem, bring it to the table. We discuss it as a family. But they felt that they have the power, they have their own discretion to make by going to the man that took our mandate. That is Governor Pitamba. That they want to defer to him and walk. One of them said, I am home. Today, let me tell you, Alex, he will never, these guys are defected, will never get this ticket of those parties. They have started hearing it, that the tickets are open. It's no longer automatic. But in Labour, their ticket is automatic because they are first runners. And the party will not make a mistake if they are there to give that ticket to another person. But their problem is that because they are newcomers, because of ego, because of somebody ndị be anyị si na onye chi ọzọ mmanụ ga-echi ọzọ ọ gbarịrị ọzọ ya gbaa n'ikpere rute n'ikpere ọkpa. If you don't know that they're going to be a king, when they start sewing your clothes, they will sew oversize, you know. So that is the problem they had. They never appreciate what is happening today. Okay, at the House of Assembly, Alex, let me tell you, go and interview these people that left Labour Party to PDP. Even though they will find that things are going normal, but we know it's not going normal. Because Peter Mba has his field day, the governor has his field day. Any bill he takes to the House will pass. Anything he asks them to do, they will do it. But if they are a Labour Party, they will question the government's policies and principles. They question the government on what the government is doing. Nobody is questioning the government today in Enugu State, except some of us who, if you talk, they will tell you, because you're hungry, you want them to come and give you money. Right? That's the problem. So these people are defected out of inexperience. They now had experience of politics. So I don't blame the party not doing anything wrong. You know, remember that Peter Obi came to Enugu and met them and said, please don't leave this party. Don't leave the party. Let's do the party together. But the problem is management of crisis. They refuse to manage the crisis. They're only saying it must be what I say. It must be what I say. There's no way in a party you will say, this is what I say, and it works. You bring your problem to the table, another person will bring his own, then you reach a common purpose and still start working. Even Tinubu today cannot say, it is what I say in the APC that must work. He must bring people to the table and ask them, how do we go about this? He never removed Ganduje by force. It was by persuasion. It was a discussion. He never brought the recent APC national chairman by force. It was a consensus. Consensus building is important in party. So if they cannot build consensually in a party, then that is their own cup of tea. They have gone. The party we are rebuilding. And I'm telling you, my next step is to make sure that Bright Ngene comes out from that prison. That's the next step we are following. This one has gone. The young man will come out. If he comes out and defect, no problem. That is life. Tomorrow lives. As the governor said, tomorrow is here. Our own tomorrow is not here, but our tomorrow lives.
Okay, so I mean, from what you are saying, you are saying that all right, those who defected, it's your bad luck. I mean, because you have it all here, but you left to where you are not now sure of a ticket. But what if they get that ticket without the kind of open race you think that's going to ensue? Because typically, you would rather be sure of someone who's already there and than someone who will want to aspire to go there the first time. Because anybody at the National Assembly now will be aspiring to be a ranking member the moment you are returning. Wouldn't you rather have a ranking member in your rank than have a fresher going to Abuja?
Well, that what you are saying is good, is normal. We desire to have that. Desire to have them as our members to contest elections and become ranking members. But they have left. And let me tell you, Labour Party will put up a hall known as Hall of Shame. It's going to be a national program for Labour Party. Before the end of this year, we are going to open a Hall of Shame for members of Labour Party that defected from Labour Party and that caused crisis in Labour Party. Because the crisis in Labour Party is self-inflicted. Is something that's not supposed to be. I have said it, there's no way because somebody's tenure unassumedly have expired, it becomes a problem in the party. The party neck or the party convention, what they call mini convention, can settle that. Or party neck can settle that. But if you say it must be me, it must be my opinion, it must be my discretion, then that's a problem. And I'm assuring you, none of them will get that ticket. If they get the ticket, none of them will win that election. We're going to work against them because they're working against us. If it becomes impossible, then we merge with the another party to fight them. I'm telling you, because they have inflicted a very bad injury, a very bad negative image on the Labour Party in Enugu State, where we won all the seats, 2 senators, 7 House of Rep members, reduced to 5, presently 7. 14 House Assembly members that are supposed to hold the government on their jugular, that are supposed to hold government accountable, that are supposed to put government on their toes, right? Look at where we are today. So we are not happy with them. Our spirit is not happy. Our spirit will pursue them until they get that dose that I've given to party negatively.
All right, we'll take a very quick break here. When we return, we'll continue our conversation with Barrister Kasmia Abu, the Labour Party chairman here in Enugu State. Stay with us. You're welcome back to the Eastern Eye here on Afia TV, a program that x-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. My name is Alex Obodo, and Barrister Kasmia Abu is joining me from Opinsuka tonight. And let's talk about, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, you were in Abuja in a protest on behalf of the Labour Party. You were protesting for the names of some of your officials to reflect. I don't quite know what it is. That's you in the picture there. You were in Abuja. I mean, just help us put it in perspective, because that news was all over the place. There was this protest. You were part of that team that went to INEC headquarters. So help us put in perspective what it was your group there was asking for.
That is true. You know, this country, until we begin to develop and have strong institutions, protest is inevitable. When certain individuals think that because they're in a position they can regulate to themselves certain parts of the law, protest becomes inevitable. Yes, I was there. The candidates of Labour Party across the country on these by-elections and rerun elections, their names were excluded by INEC for no reason known to the party. And the national chairman informed us, and their leader, who is an aspirant in FCT of Wari Council, called me and said, you must be in Abuja, that we're going to INEC to demand the restoration of their name into the INEC portal. In fact, they should give Labour Party the code to upload their names. And I was in Abuja. You can see there, we were there. The person at the center is the national leader of the party, Barry Avotu. You know, so we went to INEC to tell INEC to respect the law. INEC has no power to exclude any candidates as submitted by a party. Their job is to upload their names. Any person who is not satisfied should go to court. If INEC want to disqualify you, it will disqualify you based on certain criteria in accordance with the law. But on their own, they said they don't want to upload the names of Labour Party candidates. And we went there and said, unfortunately for them, they didn't know that we have filed some motions in court. In fact, they are aware, the legal department is aware, but never appeared in court. And at the end of the day, we saw what panned out. The court told them, you must restore the names of Labour Party candidates. You know the implications of this. One of the implications of this thing is very simple. At the end of the day, those candidates will go to court, and these elections that cost a lot of money. Let me tell you, Alex, the election they conducted is illegal. The courts must conduct the election within 90 days. That's 3 months from the date of that judgment. This is the second year. They are still to conduct that, obeying the law of the courts. This INEC is so disobedient to the law of this country that I wonder why they have not jailed most of them. The court said conduct election within 90 days from the day of the judgment. INEC waited for 1 year, 1 year and 6 months, and more than 1 year and 6 months to conduct an election. The election by law is illegal. If any person goes to court, any person who loses the election goes to court, that election will be cancelled. And that is what you have telling INEC. Avoid needless litigations that are costing money to the nation. They will give them billions of naira at the end of the day to conduct this shabby election they are doing. Not like in Enugu South. Look at what the money they spend there, bringing in National Electoral Commissioner to Enugu, sending money, materials, flying it across. At the end of the day, paying coppers. At the end of the day, election was not held. That is purely what they have done that is inimical to the laws and purse, the finances of this country. So INEC should avoid needless litigations. It's not a normal for you to say you cannot upload the name of candidates of a party. When in law, we are not empowered to do that. If INEC is empowered to do that, it's normal. You can go to court. But look at, we have gone to court, say upload their names. And let me tell you, if our logo anywhere is not found in those ballot papers in any by-election, we are going to go back to court to cancel that election. And if it is cancelled, you go back again to plan, print materials, spend money, apply for environment to the federal government to give you money. The money that is supposed to have gone to preparation of 2027 general elections, they are still taking all to other projects. You are giving it to something that you're supposed to have avoided. So I was there, and thank God, the Nasarawa Federal High Court in Nasarawa told them, restore the name of Labour Party candidates in your portal and on the ballot. And I'm happy in Enugu State, our party logo was there in Enugu South State Urban Constituency. And today, INEC itself declared us the winner. So thanks to Almighty God, and thanks to everybody that fought against that injustice.
I mean, that's what it is. So coming back to Enugu now, let's wrap up the conversation. Do you think that the landscape of the opposition in Enugu State has shifted in such a way that the opposition seem to have the momentum? And do you think that the opposition can take advantage of this momentum? Do you see that happening?
Of course, yes. It has shifted. In fact, it has been there. It has been there. Forget about the issue of APC moving around, collecting people from Labour Party, joining them, and so on and so forth. At the appropriate time, Labour Party will speak, as I spoke in 2023. We're going to speak again. At the end of the day, let me tell you, if you're a man, you don't go about marrying wives anyhow. If you go about marrying wives anyhow, women anyhow, into a house, you are bringing problems. Like they said, he who fetches anti-infested wood is asking lizard for a feast. At the end of the day, they are going to have the same problem that they had in PDP. And the rumors going around in Enugu State is not palatable to most of them. It's not palatable to them. So we are watching. At the end of the day, the man that will take over the mountain of Enugu State will appear. And when he appears, the same thing that happened last time will happen. Unless something drastic happens. Forget about this issue of incumbency that Jagaban will throw you like they did to Hope Uzodinma, the man who came forth will become first. No, Enugu State has a tradition. That they hate injustice. At the end of the day, if they don't take time, it will slip off their sleeve, and we take it and restore our mandate that was stolen by 2023. Our mandate was stolen, and we are still crying. We are still crying for justice. At the end of the day, the Labour Party will come back stronger. What is happening in the Labour Party today is normal. You know why it is normal? We brought men from different faiths, people from different areas, without knowing their ideology and principles. When they won elections, some of them brought out their real character. And God, in His infinite mercy, shifted them out from Labour Party. We are now working with people that have the same ideology in Labour Party. So we are looking for that man that will fly our flag, that man that will accept the Enugu State people, that will bring Enugu State back to its glory, where you don't, if you are building a house, you are not going to pay 5 million, 8 million, 10 million because you want to build a duplex to state government. If I built a house for 1941, you're not going to be told to pay 241,000 naira to state government when there is no good road or water in your domain, when you don't have constant electricity in your domain. If you have these welfare services, you cannot tax the people. You can't go to Britain or America or Europe and tax somebody that he should pay you for water project, water scheme in his house, when water is not see here in Enugu State. So at the end of the day, at the appropriate time, we're going to come and tell them, look at what is happening. You cannot build castle in the air. And what is happening? So we are waiting at the appropriate time. The opposition will come out. And we're not even opposition, because at the end of the day, these people that are the camping will come back to beg for tickets. And we tell them, go at my back, my son. We don't know you. Thank you.
So you believe that some of those people leaving your party will eventually want to come back?
That's the politics now. They don't have shame. That's politics. They don't have shame. Unless, let me tell you, we see it now. They will come and start telling you one kind of jargon stories, or one kind of stories. That's this thing happened, just like if you catch a thief, we tell you, you know, I didn't know when I was doing this. You know, we have money, drop this 100 million, 50 million. No, we didn't give them ticket with money. We never took money from them by giving them tickets. But now they have money. They are running away from us. So if you don't have money and marry a wife, and the wife start mistreating, or let's say your wife had money and you don't have money, start mistreating the woman. At the end of the day, when the days will be dark, you'll be told, my brother, what you have done wasn't the best. Go back at my destiny. You are not my son.
All right. So, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's about, you are not the only party that is resurging. The APC is also resurging. So
Yes.
you think it's going to be interesting in 2027?
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, Alex. Very, very interesting. 2027 Enugu State will be like, which one is now the beautiful bride? You have so many brides, right? But which one is the most beautiful bride? And you start looking at what we play out during primaries. Because at the primary level is where you will now see a part that is serious, right? You don't just go and bring the people. What happened in 2023 was because people were tired of PDP and APC at national level, and there was this a kind of protest nationwide to vote them out. And people said, Labour Party is the next party. And APC is not known in the Southeast. People don't love APC. Forget about that Nnamchi. Maybe what they are saying that he wants to become the governor of Enugu State, which for me is not possible. It's very impossible for him to win. We're talking about the person that will contest with Peter Mba, not with Nnamchi. Because Peter Mba will win Nnamchi in Enugu East. Clearly, the battleground is Enugu North and Enugu West. That's the battleground. That is why the governor today is coming to Nsukka, Enugu North, off and on. You know, even last time they attacked APC in my town here in OP by destroying the canopies and so on, which is childish. That is not normal in politics. Should allow opposition to thrive. That will keep you on tools. Opposition will make you to work. Opposition will make you to think very well. If you are not being criticized as a leader, you cannot do well. Today, because of criticism in my party, I have known how to cross the T's and dot the I. What I didn't know before. They have opened my eyes to know when to do things right. You know, before we were being carried with that kind of emotion that we are everywhere. But when they start attacking you, you now see where you will make amends. The governor should allow opposition to thrive. There is no water after 180 days. There's no water. Where are these rogues? Where are these boys, thugs, all over Enugu, climbing people's car, collecting 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 from motorists upon all the hardship? Any motor license, any motor defaulter should not pay more than 5,000 naira. The money doesn't make you not to be disobedient, right? Those are deterrents. What sort of deterrent is that they expose you? If you're exposed on camera that you are a defaulter, traffic defaulter, you not do it again, not the money. If you are collecting the money and we see water running inside our compounds, inside our street, on our streets, inside our houses, people say, yes, you are doing work. You are doing something. Not the latest projects where you know poor man cannot go. Of course, granted, the Pressure Hotel is back on track, but that is for the least. No poor man will go there because the one room will be more than 40,000 in a night. Who will pay for it? The least, right? So what we want is those projects that will make the masses know that they are part and parcel of government. And when the time comes, we tell the governor, well, you have done this, but not do this. So, my brother, give away for another person to give a welfare service to the people. We need welfare services for this country. People are suffering.
I think that would be a good place to leave it tonight. And I have to thank you so much, Barrister Kasmiabo, for talking to us on the Eastern Eye tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, that's the Eastern Eye for tonight. We'll be here with another edition of the program. My name is Alex Obodo. Good night.